You will find the link to crypto saving strategy guide in the description and pinned in comments below. Imagine waking up to a zero balance not because of a hack but because one tiny decision spiraled out of control. In the next few minutes, I will show you a step-by-step recovery plan that many crypto beginners never learn until it's too late. You will learn how to triad a loss, where to look first, and an exact 5-step recovery plan you can use today. I will reveal 3 mistakes that destroy recovery chances and the surprising tool almost nobody uses. Stay until the end for a real case study where someone recovered 60% after a catastrophic loss. If you want clear documentary style crypto lessons that skip the hype and focus on practical steps, subscribe now. We post deep beginner friendly guides every week that stop expensive mistakes before they start. What you do what do you check first when your portfolio looks like a disaster? Most people panic and do the worst thing. Step 1 is simple: pause and do not trade or panic sell. Give yourself 10 minutes to calm down you can think clearly. Confirm the loss source: exchange outage, hack, private key loss, or a bad trade. Each of these causes requires a different recovery path. Think of your wallet like a car after an accident. First, check whether it's a flat tire or a totaled engine. Run a quick checklist: exchange status page, transaction history, wallet balances, and device security. If you act impulsively, you may make the loss permanent. Calm decisions save recoverable funds. In the next section, I'll show the exact tools that can tell you whether your funds are truly gone. Here is the one public record that proves what happened, and it has been working since Bitcoin began. Block explorers like Etherscan and BSC Scan let you read the blockchain like a bank ledger. Paste a wallet address or a transaction ID into a block explorer to trace funds and see every movement. You can tell if a transaction succeeded, where the tokens went, and whether they reached an exchange address. A transaction moving to an exchange address gives you a very different set of options than one that moved into a private wallet you do not control. For example, a successful transfer to an exchange address might be traced and reversed or investigated by the exchange. A failed contract interaction or stuck transaction is usually recoverable without involving support. You can literally read the blockchain and get precise evidence of what happened. Next, I will cover the 3 realistic paths to recovery and which one increases your chances the most. There are only 3 realistic paths to recover lost crypto, and they depend entirely on where your tokens ended up. One path is funds still in your wallet where you face private key risks. Path 2 is funds sent to an exchange. Path 3 is funds sent to an unknown external address or a scammer. If your private key is compromised, you must attempt wallet recovery steps. Check hardware wallets and consider professional recovery services. If funds landed on an exchange, file a support ticket, provide KYC and transaction evidence, and escalate if needed. If funds were sent to a scammer, forensic tracing and law enforcement may help, but success rates are lower. Let me share 3 short examples to illustrate. A user accidentally sent tokens to the wrong chain and the receiving exchange helped restore access. A phishing victim got partial recovery after proving their timeline and cooperating with support. A user who was scammed lost funds to an external address and the forensic chase failed to recover most of it. Some situations are time sensitive, and the faster you act, the higher your chance of recovery. Next, I'll give you the exact message templates and an evidence checklist to use with exchanges and recovery firms. Here is the exact 5-step recovery plan I use for every case. Follow it exactly. Step 1. Prepare an evidence pack immediately. Include transaction IDs, screenshots, timestamps, account details, and any device logs you can capture. Number and timestamp everything so your story is clear and verifiable. Step 2. Secure your devices. Run malware and antivirus scans, change exchange and email passwords, enable two-factor authentication, and move any remaining funds to a cold wallet. Step 3. Contact the right points. Open a support ticket with the exchange, include your evidence pack, and request priority escalation. If support is silent, escalate via the exchange's official social channels and support portal. Step 4. Engage a recovery tier. Start with first start with free first steps and do it yourself tracing using block explorers, then evaluate paid forensic firms if needed. Only pay for recovery services after you verify their reputation, contracts, and success metrics. Step 5. Legal and insurance actions. File a police report. Check whether the exchange has insurance or a freeze policy, and contact local crypto regulators if applicable. When you contact support, be concise, factual, and provide a direct link to the transaction on a block explorer. Here is a sample sentence to use in support messages. I'm contacting you about a transaction with transaction ID followed by the actual transaction ID shown on Etherscan. Attach a screenshot of the transaction and clearly state the date, UTC, source wallet, destination address, and the urgent request for a freeze or trace. Following this plan often recovers a meaningful portion of funds, not always the full amount, but enough to rebuild. Next, I will share the single mistake that ruins most recoveries and the little hack that boosts your chance dramatically. Almost nobody uses this secret, but it is the reason one user turned a $40,000 loss into a partial recovery. The secret is public escalation combined with verified social proof. Create a short factual public timeline and tag the exchange and industry journalists. A 30-second screen recorded timeline that lists your evidence and asks for help can force an exchange to act. Exchanges are sensitive to public brand and regulatory risk, and they will often respond faster under public pressure. Do this only after you have already submitted your evidence pack to support and given them reasonable time to respond. When done correctly, public escalation speeds up responses and can change the outcome. After that, I will cover long-term recovery and how to rebuild your position and mindset. How do you rebuild after a hit, not just financially but mentally? Financially, access your risk tolerance and diversify into stable coins and low volatility allocations. Keep an emergency fiat buffer equivalent to 3 to 6 months of living expenses before risking more crypto. Use automation like dollar cost averaging to remove emotional timing from your buys. Psychologically, stop chasing losses and set small re-entry goals. Follow checklists and rules to prevent impulsive decisions. One practical beginner allocation guideline is a 60-20-20 split, 60% core, 20% stablecoins, and 20% experimental. This is a guideline, not financial advice, and you should tailor it to your situation. With better rules and consistent habits, you can come back stronger. Next, I will give you a toolkit and a checklist that will cut recovery time in half. Take this toolkit and you will reduce confusion and speed your recovery actions. First resource, block explorers such as Etherscan and DSC scan. Second resource, exchange support template you can copy and paste. Third resource, Criteria for choosing forensic firms including reputation, success rate, and contract terms. Fourth resource, malware and device check tools like reputable antivirus and a secure browser. Fifth resource, a legal reporting checklist and sample police report wording. Sixth resource, a short public escalation script for a verified video post. I will walk through a filled example of a user evidence pack and show how it changed the outcome. When you follow the toolkit, you will feel relief and empowered rather than helpless. Next, I will share the final habit that prevents catastrophic loss in the first place. One 5-minute weekly habit prevents most recoveries before they are needed. Do a weekly snapshot, export your balances, save a copy of your seed phrase offline if appropriate, and run a quick security checklist. Rehearse the 5-step recovery plan so it becomes automatic. Habits reduce panic and preserve your options when something goes wrong. Now you know the plan and the toolkit to act fast. If you want more documentary style crypto guides that cut through the noise and give practical steps, subscribe now and ring the bell. We post weekly deep dives that save beginners time and money. Before you go, watch the next video about stablecoin allocation strategies to protect runway and reduce recovery risk during volatility. Check the link in the end screen and watch it now. If this helped, like the video and leave a comment describing your situation briefly. Tell us whether your loss was with an exchange, a wallet, or a scam, and I will pick a few to cover in future videos. Download the recovery checklist in the description for the evidence pack template, email templates, and contact list. This content is educational and not financial or legal advice. Contact local authorities and licensed professionals for legal actions or paid services. Verify any third-party recovery firm before making a payment. Small, consistent habits keep big disasters small. Make the 5-minute weekly habit part of your routine and you will greatly reduce the chance of needing this plan. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video.